On Tuesday, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Geoffrey Oyema, announced the deployment of former Chief of Army Staff, retired Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, as ambassador to Benin Republic, and former Chief of Defense Staff, retired General Gabriel Olorunshaki, as head of Nigeria's mission to Cameroon. Juicy or not juicy? Prestigious?
I don't know.
High or low? The former Chief of Army Staff, after serving in their office for 66 months. A lot of courses in the Nigerian Defense Academy, lost out in producing the Chief of Army Staff, and Buratai sat down for 66 months, and then the federal government saw that, okay, did they resign? Because the story is talking about resignation, or it was Mr. President that said, look, okay, enough is enough, don't worry, I'll look for something for you, I'll give you guys soft landing, so that Nigerians will not see as if you've not done anything. You've really worked hard, and you've really done a lot of things for the country in the last 66 months.
When they are quarreling among themselves, what kind of hard work is that? Working hard is that?
Okay, so I want to state, in the light of what I've heard, people are asking questions as to why Mr. President did what he did. I think we should not begrudge Mr. President, because it's well within his rights.
He has the prerogative.
Yeah, it's well within his rights to do what he did. But even at that, Nigerians are raising issues. All of us are privy to what played out leading up to the resignation, or in quotes, the sack of the former service chiefs. There was a huge clamor across the length and breadth of this country,
National Assembly, everybody.
National Assembly. So it was clear that Nigerians were tired and they wanted them out. But you asked me, why did Mr. President quickly concede, okay, to granting these officers? They've done their best, no doubt about it. I mean, when you sign up to the military, you're saying, I'm ready to die for my country. So we acknowledge that they've paid, they paid their dues and all that, and we appreciate all their contributions. But the critical question to ask is, there were issues raised concerning the way they managed their tenure. Permit me, Ayo, to remind us, may he still rest in peace, the late Atahiru, who, when he was asked about the way the money budgeted for the military was expended, he said, look, you go ask those people. And Nigerians are asking questions. Why were these officers, retired officers, not asked to account for the period that they managed the Nigerian military? Huge sums of money were budgeted and expended. And then what Mr. President did was to quickly grant them soft-landing.
But you are not Mr. President. Mr. President employed them.
Yes.
And don't you think Mr. President will have this information?
Oh, we should hold our leader accountable.
And for Mr. President to look at it and say, look, these guys have done well, in his own estimation, okay, that, look, instead of me bringing you, to face the wrath of law, or bringing you to account, that, look, I must promote you guys, continue to serve Nigeria.
There's something we must appreciate. Nigerians are very discerning, and the discerning minds are asking questions.
Do you have more information?
The information I have is before the public, Ayo.
Okay.
Questions are being asked about how money was spent, and nobody is providing answers.
I'll come back to
what we heard is that they have been given ambassadorial appointments and been assigned to leave the country.
What do you make of this?
I think I was on this program the day it was announced after they left that they will be becoming ambassadors. And I suggested that if it is true, they should send them to Syria. Some of them should go to Niger Republic, they should go to Libya, those tough areas. Because you need to let them know that they did not do well. In terms of, well, Atahiru pretty much, said some things without saying a lot. If you think, if you want to ask questions about how money, these guys are still alive, go and call them. And I'm surprised that the House has also not thought it necessary to invite them and say, please, how did you, because they mismanage.
I don't think they have immunity as ambassadors.
No, they don't. Not, yeah. So they should be able to call them and find out, excuse me, how did you manage both operations as well as finances? You know, and for the president to go ahead and then nominate them. Anyway, those are not fantastic persons anyway. But I would have thought that he should send them to, like, Cameroon is okay.
On the day they were pulling them out,
or something.
On the day they were pulling them out from the military, one of the service chiefs was quoted as saying that, wow, you needed that rest.
Yes.
To take this deserved rest.
So the rest
now they are ambassadors now in Togo and
no, Benin Republic.
So in other words, Mr. President hearkened to his plea to grant him some rest, and that rest came by way of ambassadorial appointment. That's right. Okay, so but Ayo, speaking seriously, all of us know that even within the foreign missions, you have people that are tagged military attaches and all that. And I guess, seriously speaking, that the reason one of the reasons Mr. President may have opted that they should go to Benin and Cameroon is because these are our neighbors, and we know the security challenges that we face. But even at that, not many Nigerians will be impressed by the fact that these officers have not been made to account for their time in office. And we're not asking for that. We are asking because the issue came up at the National Assembly.
Exactly.
Why are the lawmakers who
and there was no satisfactory answer responses?
That's the issue.
Atahiru did not give specifics. He only said, please call these people. These people are alive. So call them. Why is the National Assembly afraid to call them?
Who wants to sweep this era beyond the carpet? Who wants to?
Don't you think, Mr. President, we have
a lot of money was budgeted? So I mean, we put him there. So Mr. President should be accountable to Nigerians, and we're asking that he should account.